Jay here. Welcome to Intermediate Guitar, Chapter 4. We're going to keep moving forward with our bar chords, and today we're going to talk about A major and A minor bar chords. Okay, let's go ahead and start with an A major bar chord. Okay, in Chapter 2, we talked about a G major and minor bar chord. Those were based off of our 3rd fret on our low 6th string. Now we're just going to do the same chords, but off of our 5th fret, and we'll be in the key of A. Okay, so we're going to start off with A major bar chord. For this one, it's going to have a power chord on our low strings. So start with your index finger, 5th fret, 6th string, ring fingers on the 7th fret, 5th string, pinkies on the 7th fret, 4th string, middle fingers on the 6th fret, 3rd string, and then bar all the way with your index finger to pick up your 5th frets on the 2nd and 1st string. Use that thumb for pressure on the back of the neck, and that's your A major bar chord. Okay, these chords are completely movable, so if I scoot up a half step, that's a B flat major. If I go up another half step, that's a B major. Okay, now as bar chords can be challenging, let's go ahead and do some mini versions of these bar chords. For A major mini number 1, we're going to just have a 3-note chord on the 3 high strings, middle fingers on the 6th fret, 3rd string, and then I'm going to bar with my index and get the 5th frets on the 2nd and 1st string. So here's my A mini number 1. And I just recommend be selective with your strumming since we're not muting some of these strings and they might not correspond with our chord too well. Okay, now for A mini number 2, add your ring finger to the 7th fret 4th string. So now I've got ring on the 7th fret 4th string, middle is still on my 6th fret 3rd string, and then I'm barring the first 2 high strings on the 5th fret. And for this one, you could have your open A string in there too if you want, since we're in the key of A, and your E string will sound okay too. But I'd recommend try to strum up on your higher strings. Okay, now for A mini number 3, just substitute your pinky where your ring was. Now I'm going to bump my ring finger to the 7th fret 5th string. I got my pinky on the 7th fret 4th string, middle's on the 6th fret 3rd string, and then I'm barring to get my 5th frets on the 2nd and the 1st string. And that's A mini number 3, and it's almost an A major bar chord if I were to just go all the way with my index finger across that 5th fret. Okay, let's take it to A minor. A minor bar chord is going to look really similar to your A major bar chord. We're just going to release our middle finger. Okay, so again, we have our power chord on the low strings. I got my index, 5th fret 6th string, ring fingers on the 7th fret 5th string, pinkies on the 7th fret 4th string, and then I'm just going to bar and get my 5th frets on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. I am going to use my middle finger to kind of put some pressure on my index finger to help that bar, and that's your A minor bar chord. Okay, now also completely movable. If I take this down a half step, that's an A flat minor bar chord. If I take it to the 1st fret, that'd be an F minor. Okay, let's do some mini versions of these chords. For A minor mini number 1, just bar your 5th fret on the 3 high strings with your index finger. For A mini number 2, add your ring finger to the 7th fret 4th string, and I still got my index finger barring 5th fret on my 3 high strings, and you could have your open A string if you'd like. That's your A mini number 2. For A mini number 3, substitute your pinky where your ring was. Now I got my ring finger on the 7th fret 5th string, pinky's on the 7th fret 4th string, and I'm barring with my index to get the 3 high strings all on the 5th fret. And it's almost a A minor bar chord if I were to go all the way with my index finger right there. This chapter's strum pattern is going to feature some 16th notes and quarter notes. When you see 16th notes, you could do a down, up, and quarter notes, you could just do a down strum. When you see the box without a bottom, that's a down strum, and an arrow pointing down is an up strum. Okay, here's the pattern without a chord. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, grab your A major and let's do 4 bars with that pattern. I'll just be playing each of these one time, but I recommend to repeat them all 8 to 12 times. Check out some different templates, slow, medium, and fast. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. recommend incorporate a metronome. I'm going to have my click at 60 beats a minute. Here's number 1 with a click. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. For number 2, we're going to go 4 bars with an A minor. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. Here's number 2 a little faster. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. For number 3, we're going to have a 8-bar progression. We'll go 4 bars of A major into 4 bars of A minor. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. Number 4, we'll go 2 bars of A major into 2 bars of A minor. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. For number 5, we'll go 1 bar of A major into 1 bar of A minor, and then repeat that again for bars 3 and 4. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. To number 6. Now we're going to incorporate some chords from previous chapters. For some of these, we'll be doing our open strum chords. If you don't have your open chords, you can check out the videos from the first beginning guitar studies series. And I'll also give you some chord boxes too. Okay, for number 6, we're going to start off on A major. We'll do a whole note for bar 1. That's a note that lasts for 4 beats. On bar 2, we'll resume our normal pattern. We'll take it to a G major bar chord for bar 3, normal pattern, and then we'll have a whole note G with a for that last 4th bar. Now for this switch, I'm just going to take my major bar chord and then I'm just going to take it down to my 3rd fret. And for my G major bar chord, it's the same shape. I've just got my index now on the 3rd fret 6th string. I've got ring finger on the 5th fret 5th string, pinkies on the 5th fret 4th string, middle fingers on the 4th fret 3rd string, and then I'm barring to get my 3rd frets on this 2nd and 1st string, all with my index. Okay, now if your bar chords aren't happening yet and you want to do your open position G, you could just go ahead and do open. And I've also given some mini chords for your G. You can check out the other videos for those too. Okay, here comes number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To number 7. For this one, we're going to do an A minor for the first 2 bars, and on bar 2, we're going to go halfway through our pattern, but we'll have a half note rest for beats 3 and 4 on that 2nd bar. We'll switch it to D major, and I'm going to be doing D major bar chord, and we'll have normal pattern on bar 3. On bar 4, we'll have a half note rest for the first 2 beats, and then we'll do a half note for beats 3 and 4. And for your D major chord, you can just do D major, or your open position, D major chord 2, no problem. And for the D major bar chord, I've got my index finger on the 5th fret 5th string, and then I'm barring with my ring finger to get the 7th frets on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, and then I'm making contact to mute my low string and arching out of my chord to mute the 1st string. Okay, here comes number 7. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. 4. Okay, here's number 7 a little faster. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Okay, let's take it to number 8. Now we're going to have an 8-bar progression. We're going to start off with an A major bar chord, normal pattern for bar 1. On bar 2, we're going to have 16th notes on beat 1, but we'll have a quarter note rest on beat 2. We won't play anything, and then quarter notes on beats 3 and 4. We'll switch it to E major. We'll have normal pattern for bar 3, and then on bar 4, normal pattern, but we're going to have a quarter note rest on beat 3. We'll switch it to E minor for bar 5, and for this one, we'll have a quarter note rest on beat 1, and quarter notes on beats 2, 3, and 4. Normal pattern on bar 6. For bar 7, we're going to have a whole note rest. We won't play anything for 4 beats. And then we're going to switch it to D minor bar chord, normal pattern. Okay, so for your E major, I'm just going to be doing open position E. And I've got my open 6th string, middle fingers on the 2nd fret 5th string, ring fingers on the 2nd fret 4th string, index is on the 1st fret 3rd string, and then open 2nd, open 1st string. And if you've got your E major bar chord, same thing we did on D, just up a whole step, you can also do your E major bar chord too. Okay, now for E minor, I'm going to be in open position. So that's just open E string, middle fingers on my 2nd fret 5th string, ring fingers on the 2nd fret 4th string, and then open 3 high strings. And again, if you've got your E minor bar chord, same thing we did for D minor, just up 2 frets. You can incorporate that too, off your 7th fret. Okay, now one more chord is our D minor. So for the D minor bar chord, we're going to have our index finger on the 5th fret 5th string, ring fingers on the 7th fret 4th string, pinkies on the 7th fret 3rd string, middles on the 6th fret 2nd string, and then bar to get your 5th fret on the 1st string. Again, I'm making contact to mute my low 6th string. There's your D minor bar chord. Okay, let's go ahead and do number 8. I'm going to do this one with the click. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. Rest. 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 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go ahead and do the last one. For number 9, we're going to have A minor bar chord, normal pattern for 2 bars. We'll switch it to G minor bar chord, normal pattern on bar 3. And then for bar 4, we'll have 2 half notes, and each of those notes will last for 2 beats. And similar to what we did with our major chords, I'm just going to take my A minor bar chord back 2 frets to give me my G minor bar chord. And for G minor, I've got my index on the 3rd fret 6th string, ring fingers on the 5th fret 5th string, pinkies on the 5th fret 4th string, and then I'm barring to get my 3rd frets on all the 3 high strings. Okay, here comes number 9. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. All right, for scales, this chapter we're going to learn our A major scale and our A minor scale. And we're going to go up 2 octaves plus 1 note. This is going to be similar patterns and shapes that we did for our G major and G minor scales, but we're just going to start on our 5th fret as opposed to the 3rd fret. And you're going to see a lot of these concepts, they're totally movable just like the bar chords. So let's go ahead and get inside of an A major scale. Okay, our notes for A major scale, we're going to have 3 sharps. It's going to be A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and then A would be our octave. Okay, let's go ahead and find these notes on our guitar. On your low 6th string, we'll go 5 to 7, and I recommend index to ring for that. On the 5th string, we'll go 4, 5, 7. You can go index, middle, pinky, or try some different combinations. On your 4th string, we'll go 4, 6, 7. You can go index, ring, pinky, or index, ring, ring. Same frets for your 3rd string, 4, 6, 7. On your 2nd string, we'll go 5 to 7. And then on your first string, 4, 5, 7. Just want to point out your 5th fret is your 2nd octave A, and we're just going to go up and hit that B. Okay, now coming back down, 5, 4 on the 1st string, 2nd string, 7, 5. On the 3rd string, 7, 6, 4. 7, 6, 4 on the 4th string. 7, 5, 4 on the 5th string. And then 7, 5 on your low 6th string. Okay, here's that scale of quarter notes, just 1 on each note. 3, 4. Okay, now also great to incorporate the metronome. I'm going to speed up my metronome to 80 for this. And I'll go ahead and do that same scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. For number 2, we're going to do 8th notes. We'll do 2 on each note. We'll count it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here comes number 2. 3 and 4 and. Okay, here's number 2 with the click. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. If that tempo's too fast, just slow it down. You want to always make sure that you can play it comfortably, and then you can start to speed it up from there. Okay, for number 3, we're going to do 8th notes, but this time just 1 on each note, and I'll go ahead and do that with the click. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, for number 4, we're going to do 8th note triplets. We'll do 3 on each note, and we'll count it like 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Here comes number 4. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, now I'm doing all down picks for this. You can also do alternate picking. I'll mix in some of that too. Okay, now I'm going to do same scale this time with the click, and I'm going to take my speed down to 75. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, let's go ahead and go to number 5. We're going to do 8th note triplets, but this time just 1 on each note, and I'll just go ahead and do that with the click. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, for number 6, we're going to do 16th notes. We'll do 4 on each note. We'll count it like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, here we go. 3 E and a, 4 E and a. do 16th notes, but this time just one on each note. And I'll do this with the click. I'm just going to slow down to 70. 1, 2, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, I'm going to take that click down a little further, down to 60. 1, 2, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So remember, take it the tempo that feels comfortable, and then you can speed up from there. Okay, let's take it over to A minor. For A minor, our notes are going to be all natural. I also want to point out that A minor is basically the same notes as C major. So it's going to be A to A, no sharps or flats, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then A would be our octave. Okay, let's go ahead and try it. Now you're going to have, for our notes, our 5th, 7th, and 8th fret on your low 6th string. Same frets for your 5th string, 5, 7, 8. On your 4th string, 5, 7. Back up and we'll go 4, 5, 7 for your 3rd string. Come on back up and we'll go 5, 6, 8 on the 2nd string. And then 5, 7, 8 on your 1st string. Okay, here's the scale, just doing quarter notes, one on each note. And since I did metronome for the major scales, I won't do metronome for these, but I do recommend incorporate that too. Okay, here comes number 1, 3, 4. For number 2, we'll do 8th notes, 2 on each note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. For number 3, 8th notes, 1 on each note. 3 and 4 and. For number 4, we'll do 8th note triplets, 3 on each note. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. For number 5, we'll do 8th note triplets, 1 on each note. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. For number 6, we'll do 16th notes, 4 on each note. 1, 2, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, for the last one, number 7, we'll do 16th notes, just 1 on each note. 1, 2, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, for this chapter study, we're going to talk about improvisation. We've been talking about improvisation throughout these chapters already, how to play a chord and then to start to jam a scale over it. This is also great to do with a friend or another musician. It's also good to do recording yourself and playing over it, or finding some cool songs to jam with. But the concept is to start to sync up our scales and our chords together. And we'll be doing this throughout the whole book. Okay, now for number 1. Grab a C major. You could do a C major bar chord, or you can do your open C major, and we're just gonna strum and just keep rhythm and use any kind of patterns you like. So it's just gonna be kind of a right hand improvisation concept. I'm just gonna hold my chord and just have some fun and put in any strumming you'd like, but try to keep your beat. And I'll demonstrate a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, I'm just trying to keep my beat, I'm having some fun with my strumming and mixing it up and just seeing what happens. Okay, now for number 2, we're gonna play off of a G major. You can do your G major bar chord or your open G, and we're just gonna sort of arpeggiate a G chord and then strum a G chord. So when we arpeggiate, it's the same concept as picking through a chord, but hitting each string separately. And you can jump around too, you can skip strings, you can play double stops or triple stops, hit multiple strings at once. But as opposed to a full strum, we're just going to be doing some picking throughout that chord. Okay, now I gave a little bit of tab to demonstrate this over G, and this would be something like this. And that's the concept. But the main thing is I want you just to do anything you like using that kind of concept of just picking around, hitting notes separately, hitting our strings separately. And sometimes you can combine your strings too, but not full strumming. And then we'll go into full strumming. Okay, now here comes number 2, 3, 4. For number 3, we're gonna have a G major scale, and we're just gonna improvise with the scale. No chords for this one, but just being able to play short notes, long notes, and then to try to play some melodies, weave in and out of these patterns, have some fun with them. So the scale on its own for G major is gonna be 3-5 on your low 6th string, 2-3-5 on the 5th string, 2-4-5 on the 4th string, 2-4-5 on the 3rd string, 3-5 on the 2nd string, and then 2-3-5 on your 1st string. Okay, now I'm going to improvise with this scale. I'm just going to hit short notes, long notes, just go ahead, play around with it, play some phrases, try to play some melodies, anything goes. Okay, here we go. Now for number 4, we're going to start to go into jamming our scales and then being able to strum our chords and improvise our scales. So first of all, we're going to be working off of an A minor. You can do your A minor bar chord or open position A minor. And we've already learned our A minor scale for this chapter, so let's go ahead and try the exercise. We're going to strum A minor with the pattern of going 2 quarter notes and 2 8th notes. So it would be like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and play that 4 times, and then I'm going to improvise with my scale. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... first improv, but just go ahead and go for it. And no matter what, you're doing great because it's coming from the heart. Okay, let's take it to number 5. We're gonna jam a D major scale, and then we're gonna have our D chord. We're gonna improvise our strumming. You can strum anything you want now, and then improvise with that D major scale. Okay, for your D major scale, we're gonna have our 5th fret to 7th fret on the 5th string. Then we'll go 4, 5, 7 on the 4th string. 4, 6, 7 on the 3rd string. 5, 7, 8 on your 2nd string. And then on your 1st string, we'll climb all the way up 5, 7, 9, 10, 12. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and strum my D major chord. I'll be doing the bar chord for this. You can do your open position if you like to. And any strumming works, and then launch into some scale improv. 3, 4. Back to some chords. Some more scale. Okay, let's take it to number 6. This time we're going to jam on an E minor, and we'll play our E minor scale, and we'll do similar concept for all these next ones. We're going to strum anything you like, any kind of rhythm, and then improvise a little bit with your scale. Okay, now for our E minor, I'm going to be doing open position E minor chord. If you have your E minor bar chord, you can incorporate that too. Okay, now our open position E minor is going to be on our 6th string, open 2, 3. 5th string is open 2, 3. Open 2, 4 on your 4th string. Open 2 on your 3rd string. Open 1, 3 on your 2nd string. And then open 2, 3 on your 1st string. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to kind of do a swung rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, for part 2 of the study, we're going to continue on, similar concept with our scales and our chords, jamming. We're going to do a major this time, an A major scale for number 1. Now we've already talked about our chords and our scales, so I'm just going to go ahead and play. And for this one, I'm going to do a little faster tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to some chords. Some more scale. Okay, for number 2. We're going to take it over to a D minor chord. You could do your D minor bar chord or your open position D minor, and we're going to run our D minor scale. For your D minor scale, starting on your 5th string, 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8 on your 4th string. 5, 7 on your 3rd string. 5, 6, 8 on your 2nd string. And on your 1st string, we're going to climb up 5, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do a little slower swung rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... Some chords. Some scales. Back to some chords. Some more scales. Okay, let's take it to number 3. We're going to do an E major chord. You could do your open position E major, or if you've got your E major bar chord off your 7th fret A string, you could bust that one too. And then we're going to be improvising with our E major scale. So for this one, I'm going to give you the 7th, 6th, kind of 6th, 7th position scale. And let's go ahead and learn E major. Okay, now for this one, we're going to go 7, 9 on our 5th string. And then we'll go 6, 7, 9 on our 4th string. We'll go 6, 8, 9 on our 3rd string. On the 2nd string, 7, 9, 10. And then on our 1st string, we'll go 7, 9, 11, 12. And we'll even go up and hit our 14th fret, one note past the octave. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and try this one out. 3, 4. Some scale. Okay, now I want to point out, if you do hit a note that might not be in the scale, just keep rolling with it. That's all part of improvisation. You might have noticed I hit a note that wasn't in the scale right there. Okay, to pass through notes too. We'll be learning about how to start to connect some of these notes throughout the book, but it's okay to try some things out, and if something happens, just roll with it. That's all part of the fun. Okay, let's take it to number 4. Now we're going to play a C minor and improvise with the C minor scale. For your C minor bar chord, got the index finger on the 3rd fret 5th string, ring fingers on the 5th fret 4th string, pinkies on the 5th fret 3rd string, middle fingers on the 4th fret 2nd string, and then barring to get my 3rd fret on the 1st string with my index. Make some contact and mute that low 6th string. That's your C minor chord. And then for your C minor scale, we'll go 3, 5, 6 on the 5th string, 3, 5, 6 on your 4th string, 3, 5 on your 3rd string, 3, 4, 6 on your 2nd string, and then on your 1st string we'll climb up 3, 4, 6, 8, and then we'll go up to 10. Okay, here's some jamming on C, and then for this one I'll do a waltz kind of rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Some chords, and some scale. Back to some chords. Some more scale. Okay, let's take it to number 5. Now we're going to jam on a G minor bar chord, and then we'll improvise our G minor scale. For your G minor, got my minor bar chord off of my 3rd fret. We've already talked about that this chapter. Let's just talk about the scale. We're going to go 3, 5, 6 on our low 6th string, 3, 5, 6 on the 5th string, 3, 5 on the 4th string, 2, 3, 5 on the 3rd string, 3, 4, 6 on our 2nd string, and then 3, 5, 6 on the 1st string. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and strum that a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some chords and some scales. Back to some chords. Some more scales. Okay, last one, we're going to improvise with some F. Okay, now for your F, we've talked about F chords, and we could even include our F bar chord for this one. So for your F, you could just do either ring finger on your 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 3rd string with your middle, and then barring to get your 1st frets with your index finger on the 2 high strings. Or if you've got your F major bar chord, then you can just go ahead and do that too. And that would be the index finger on the low 6th string, ring fingers on the 5th fret, ring finger is on the 3rd fret 5th string, pinky's on the 3rd fret 4th string, middle's on the 2nd fret 3rd string, and then barring to get the 1st frets on the 2nd and 1st string. That's your F major bar chord. Okay, now for scale, we'll do an F major scale. Let's go ahead and throw that out there. It's a 1 to 3 on your 6th string, open 1, 3 on your 5th string, open 2, 3 on your 4th string, open 2, 3 on your 3rd string, 1, 3 on your 2nd string, and then open 1, 3 on your 1st string. Okay, so here comes some jamming in F, and I'll do a little swung rhythm on this. A 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. That'll do it for this chapter. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you for chapter 5. Take care.